Hello my friends. Before we start, I will not be pushed, filed, stamped, indexed, briefed, debriefed or numbered. My life is my own. If you know, you know. Right, what I'm going to show you today are some chords that are associated mainly with the likes of Bob Dylan, Donovan, John Lennon, and anyone that plays that sort of folky style of music. All right, and the list is endless. They're the three that spring to mind. You know, people like Ralph McTell as well, for those English people tuning in right now. So in order to get your playing to sound like they do, then we have to look at a particular inversions of three chords in particular: G, C and F. All right, C, F, G, whichever way you want to do it. Okay, I want you to play your G like this. I don't want you to play it like that. This is the way to play G, all right? There are reasons why. You can do a lot with that finger that's left over, right? So we want to play a G like this, with our little finger pinned to the first string at the 3rd fret, all right? Now, when we come to play our C, we will take these two fingers and we'll move them down one string each, and we will then put our first finger on the 2nd string at the 1st fret, but we'll keep this little finger on. Now it's important at this point that we don't strike this bass string open. We mute it off, all right? Just let your thumb just damp it, just let it hang on top of the fret, on top of the fingerboard, like that. And then to get to our F, a folky F, we take these two fingers again and we bring them down one string each, all right? Still keeping the first finger and the little finger in place. Now again, we don't want to strike the 6th string, we've still got our thumb here, but we don't really want to strike the 5th string either. So the best way to stop that from ringing out is to just let this finger sit on top of the 4th string, like that, and you won't hear it. So we've got our G, our C, our F, our C and our G. Let's just play that for a while. They sound cool. Now what we want to do now is to try and put some little bass lines to make them sound even better. All right, like this. You can already hear Walk the Line in there, can't you? Eh? There's hundreds of songs. So this is going to be a really important lesson. Now, I've not put any paperwork for this because you don't really need any, because, you know, the more you keep here, the better, by the way. Try to keep all the information you need to play in your head. The less you have to look at bits of paper, the better a player you're going to be. So let's have a look at this. Now, I'm going to break it down into little bits, and if you do exactly as I say, within about 10 minutes, you'll get this, all right? So all I want you to do, forget about the upstrokes, I want you to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And then on the 3, I want you to bring these two fingers off, I'm exaggerating, and come down from the 5th string, okay, very important, and then put this finger back on, and come down from the 5th string again. This is our run from G to C. I'll do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. At that point we'll go to C and we'll come down from the 5th string, doing exactly the same pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Fingers off, down from the 4th string, and this finger onto the 4th string now, at the 2nd fret, and then to our F, and we'll come down from the 4th string. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. On the 3, we'll go back to this 4th string 2nd fret, and on beat 4 we'll bring it off, which will take us back to C, which means that we're on the 5th string again, the root note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. On beat 3, back to the 5th string 2nd fret. Sounds weird when it's on its own, but it sounds great when you're playing it in context. That's beat 3, beat 4, and then back to G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got a pattern there. I'll play it slowly for you. Okay, so starting on the G on our root note here. Why is it called the root note? Because that's the G note and we're playing the chord G. The root note for C is here. Why is that the root note? Because we're playing the chord C, and that is the C note. When we move down to here, we're going to play this is the root note. It's an F, you know, because this string here at the 3rd fret is an F. All right, it's pretty straightforward. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, straight onto your C. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. They were on the 4th string. 3, 4. To your F, we've reached the bottom of the hill. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Go the other way. 3, 4. Back to your C, root note. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to your G. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, that's shown you the structure of where those bass lines go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's what's going to be clicking in your head while you're playing this. Okay, so start on a G. I'll shout out loud what I'm thinking when I'm doing this. I'll start on G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Now, clearly there's something missing. It's the upstrokes. So I'm just going to put them in after every time I do a down. I'm not going to, that's it. You know, what do I mean? Watch. 1, I'm going to say and now. The and representing the upstroke. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And you can hear now where that little finger at the 3rd fret, which is always there, it comes into its own then, doesn't it? Because that note is pinging out throughout those 3. I'll do it again. Right, so now if we want to be a smart arse and do a little bit more, remember that Travis picking thing that we did, which I want to talk to you about in a minute. There's something I want to add to that. We did an alternating bass pattern, didn't we? We sort of went like, you know, if we had a string above it or below it, we bounced to it. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, have a look back at a few vids to my Travis picking vid. It's an important vid, probably one of the most important ones that I've done so far. If you're not seeing it, go and have a look at it. Okay, so instead of playing the same bass note all the time, i.e. the root note here, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and you can go 1 and 2. Bounce to the one below it. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... When we get to C, have we got one above it? Yes, we have. Unfortunately though, we don't have a finger to play that bass note because we're using it down here. So this one will do 2 jobs. As will it be when it gets to the F. But that's a bit advanced. For those people who have been playing and strumming for a while, you'll get that. And for those people who have watched my Travis picking vid, where I go into great detail about how to do that movement, you'll get it as well. For now though, if you're just starting off on this Dylan Donovan journey, I want you to just do what we've done up to now. I'll do it one more time, starting on the G. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2. So the sort of songs that you play with that, I think I did a demo the other day, didn't I? When I can't remember what I was doing now. I think I did a Beatles thing in my life. Now, clearly, you can start on C, you can start on G, you can start on whatever you like, and then you can modify that particular pattern by doing things like this. And pull out melodies. In the chilly hours and minutes, as Donovan did, as Dylan did, and of course John Lennon. Now, I'm not going to play various songs now. I want the thing about this lesson is for you to concentrate on getting those three chords moving. Once you've got them moving and you know how to do it, then you can then, embellish them by learning how to do more stuff. Now, the Travis picking thing. I'm going to do the next lesson. I'm going to do probably. I might try and get it done before Christmas. Merle Travis, the guy that purists know as a guitar picker, and a great guitar picker with that. He only used his thumb and his first finger to pick. He did that sort of thing. Okay. But most guitar players, when we talk about picking, say I was going to do it's become a generic term, Travis picking, for a lot of picking in general. But the purists will say, quite rightly actually, that Merle Travis, he just used his thumb and one finger. Now, he did it to great effect. The thing about it is, if you only use one finger, you're very, very limited in what you can play. If you listen to Merle Travis, you'll see that, or you will hear, that everything he does sounds very similar. Okay? Now, Chet Atkins, on the other hand, he was, in my opinion, a much better guitar player, because he knew how to use his three fingers like this. Okay? And I'm going to do a lesson on finger picking in general. This is the next lesson we're going to do. And because Chet Atkins, he played a lot of stuff. I'll put a cap on because I'm using the wrong guitar. But he played stuff more like. He did stuff like that where it was much more intricate, and you need three fingers to do that. Now, Chet Atkins was also able, because he could use his three fingers, he was also able to attack some really tricky classical guitar pieces, because of course in classical guitar you've got to use all your fingers. So if you play like Merle Travis, where you just use one finger, and Paul McCartney only uses one finger as well, and you can use it to great effect, it limits the repertoire of stuff that you're going to play. So I'm going to do a lesson on the various picking patterns. And we'll look at some examples of different songs as well. It could be things like. Do you remember that one? Have you seen the old man and the clothes down? Ralph McTell. Brilliant song. If you learn to do these picks that I'm going to show you next time, you're going to be able to play that. Got a bloody itch. Every time I talk to you, I end up scratching like a bleeding cat. I'm allergic to something in this room. It's probably my hat. Anyway, we digress. Picking, we'll get all that done over Christmas. I'm going to do a little live stream thing. I don't know how it works yet. I'm going to have to get my son Sam to show me how to do it, because he's got over 300,000 subscribers to his animated. He's an animator and a writer, and a brilliant one at that. Just had a best-selling book you know, in mainly in the States. So well done, Sam. He's going to show me how to do it. So once I've got it sorted out, I'll let you know when it's going to be. Probably be the first week of Jan, just after Christmas, when you've got nothing to do and you're bored to death. We'll probably do it then. And I'll put a little note up to let you know. Right, so in the meantime, one more time on this thing before I go. You ready? Don't forget, if you get your head around this, we can do Dylan, Donovan, Lennon, and all those other songs. I want you to learn this first, and then later on we'll pick a few songs where you can put it into practice. All right? So once again, on our G, remember the little finger down here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and on the 3 we come off, and on the 4 we put it back on. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and to C. Starting on the 5th string now, root note. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and watch this hand. 3 and 4 and to the F, the abbreviated F. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and making our way back up the hill. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and back to G. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Now you could start on the C if you want, which is probably a better place to start once you've got the hang of it. And when you're playing these notes, try and hit those particular beats harder, like bum, 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 dum, 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 da, dum. And then you can put hammers in. Right, I think I'll go and watch some of The Prisoner. For those people that have never watched it, you're missing out. The Prisoner, oh come on, everyone that's the same age as me or older than me must have watched it. It's a TV series, and the older I get, the more important it becomes, okay? You are number 6, right? The world you live in is the village. You are a number. It's your social security number, or over here we call it our national insurance number. Number 2 is your president. Number 2 over here is our prime minister. Who's number 1? I don't know. The people pulling the strings are number 2. Watch The Prisoner. It's fantastic. All right. Anyway, I'm blabbing. I need the soapbox. I'll speak to you next time. All right. Work on that, and I'll get back to you in a few more days, and we'll do that picking thing. All right. Until then, take care.